Yeah, let's
Oh,
go.
man, criminy. All right, well, I'll let you talk now. Go ahead. Welcome them
Okay,
all in.
awesome. We're
You
gonna
want to
let
hit
a few more
record? You got
people in
record?
here.
I'll hit record. I got it.
I gotta
I
hit
got.
the spotlight.
All
There
right,
we
you got it.
go.
You recording? Record to the cloud, baby. There we go.
Okay, let's do it. Welcome,
Hit it, oh
everyone.
bearded one. I mean, you look like Obi-Wan.
All right, here we go. Awesome. We're all here. All right, folks. Welcome to another episode, another edition. We're just going to keep them coming to you because we got more and more people having successful experiences in real estate with our program, with our group, with our community. And today's another exciting edition. And just as a quick reminder, real estate does have its own risks. So, in order to offset and mitigate those risks, you want to definitely surround yourself with professionals, people who know what they're doing. They've been there, they've done that, they've seen it all and been through it all. And we want to help make sure that you guys have a great experience in this real estate industry because it is changing lives.
Can
Changed
I add
mine.
something? Can I add something to
Please
that? Because I'm old and experienced.
go for it.
Yeah. You want to know, and then see when you have knowledge, people like Julian Franco, who are going to introduce you to, will listen. Does that make sense? If you're like, boy, you're like starstruck with Julian, he's like, hey, give me he'll sign an autograph, right? But he won't hang out, right? So you want to know what you're doing first. You got to learn first, learn how to dot the I's and cross the T's, and then go find people like Michael, go find people like Julian to dot the I's and cross the T's with. That's really, but make sure that you're hanging, you know what you're doing, and you're hanging out with the right people, just so you're not getting hurt in real estate.
Exactly. I mean, the sky's the limit when it comes to what you can earn, but you can
And
also,
there's no floor.
there's no floor. Right.
Right.
So, and take it seriously. This is an amazing profession to be involved in. You don't have to work it full time, but you have to think about it like a full time investor. That's the key here.
Yeah.
When I got into this program, I was working two jobs, riding my bike and eating one meal a day, to now where I've done all kinds of fix and flip, short sales, lease options, rental properties, and now we're doing a big land development deal on 265 acres that we just purchased. And there's a lot to learn here. There's a lot to evolve. We're going to showcase that. Scott, tell people real quick where you came from.
Yeah, I came from. I'm in Chicago here, and in my big office now. But when I saw this thing, I was broken unemployed. My wife saw a roadside sign, and I wanted to stay married, so I went to a meeting, even though I thought it would be a dog and pony show. But I went down this meeting, and I met a nurse with 12 properties, Denise Rybel, a firefighter with 14 properties, Steve Saul, and an ex-art teacher with 22 properties looking for his 23rd. And that ex-art teacher became the model for me. I'm like, that dude has more money coming in than going out, and he ain't fighting traffic. Look, I used to make a lot of money before I lost the job. I don't care anymore. I just want peace of mind, right? More money coming in than going out, and not fighting traffic was the model for me. And we've turned it into over 100 deals, and it's been fun. And
Yeah.
buildings like this. And
Yeah.
we got over 15,000 people that we've helped get into real estate investing. So it's been fun.
And growing, and we're
Growing.
touching people's lives every day. And so, as you guys are joining us here live, you can always bring a friend. We'll be doing this Monday through Friday at the same time. But if you're catching the recording, you're going to want to get back with the person that sent you that link, because there's a couple more info sessions that you need to watch so you can see who we are, what we do, and how you can link arms with us. And then, of course, we have these big Saturday events. We have house tours that you're going to want to see, because we are the real deal, and it's your turn to experience some of that success if you work for it. So, Scott, tell everyone about our
Oh,
guest.
I can't, man. I've been hawking this guy. Like, he's big time now, right? Like, I sent him a text, and I got another text, and all of a sudden he's like, "Oh, I'm over here. I'm in this other country now." I'm like, "Dude, if we could just please get you on, Julian. You're such a baller, dude." So this guy really, I got to hang out with him for 6 months. I traveled down to that city down there to help him and his partner out, Antonio, build a community of real estate investors. And he is such a giving guy, man. This guy loves people. The things he was doing for people down there to help them become real estate investors and just to share was incredible. So I couldn't think of a better person. He comes from the restaurant industry. I'll let him tell that story, but what he's done is pretty incredible based on what he didn't know when he came to the game. So please help me welcome one of the best men I know, Mr. Julian Franco, everybody.
Hey, thank you, Scott. How you doing?
Good,
By
dude.
the way, you contacted me and I responded right away.
No,
So
I'm teasing. I'm teasing. Julian's a good dude. He didn't blow me off at all.
yeah, a little bit about me. Well, I'm from Colombia originally. I got here to this country in 1999. I'm a civil engineer in Colombia. My family, they had a construction company, but I don't know if you guys were very familiar with what was happening in Colombia back in the 90s, and we had a lot of drug dealers, a lot of guerrillas, a lot of problems. And my dad didn't want to, pay the taxes to the guerrillas. So he ended up getting kidnapped. We have my cousin was killed. Many of the people that worked for us were, all of a sudden disappear. So we have to pretty much leave the country. I mean, we came here because we had to, not because we wanted to be honest with you. But I was working on Monday, Wednesday. I had the ticket to come over here, and that was it. I mean, I came. I didn't speak the language. I didn't have any money. I couldn't even sell my card at the time, so I didn't have money to come. That $200, my sister and I in our pocket. We got into a duplex. It was a 2-bedroom, 1 bathroom. There were 9 people living there. It was kind of tight. We didn't have the financial support from my family because we couldn't even find them. I mean, I actually found out where my dad was like 6 months after. But we started looking for a way to make money. So this lady, very nice lady, gave us an opportunity to work in a restaurant. So my sister became a hostess in the restaurant. I started washing dishes during the day. Then in the afternoon, they gave me an opportunity to wait tables, and I was going to this school at night to learn the language. So that's what I was doing every
And what
single
year?
day.
What year was that, bro? What year was that? I want to.
99.
99
99. Yeah, I did that for about 9 years actually. I
restaurant.
mean,
9 years of restaurant.
yeah.
Okay.
And I mean, it was enough to pretty much cover my basics. Not even that, because I was actually living out of my credit cards now. Got to a point that at the end, I was $45,000 in credit card debt, and I wasn't even covering the minimum payment. So I knew I had a time bomb in my hands, and I know I had to do something. The challenge is that a part time didn't work for me because I was working 70, 72 hours a week. So, I mean, I didn't have the time to another part time. So I started looking for an opportunity to get on real estate. As I said, my family developed land in Colombia, so I knew real estate was the way to go. But I didn't want to be a realtor. I didn't want to drive around people and open houses and that kind of stuff. That was not for me. So I got this guy who actually helped me buy my first 2 properties in 2006. But he was a very, very good guy, sales guy. I mean, everything that he said makes sense because I didn't know any better. So I kind of went along, got these 2 properties, and obviously it wasn't the best decision. So I end up losing the tenants that I had. So I decided to start looking for a way to do it better, to get educated and to actually, learn the right things to do and not take other people's knowledge and numbers for granted, which is what I did. And that's the mistake that I made. So 2007, I came across to the community, started taking classes. I was still working full time, so I didn't have a lot of time. But cool thing about the community is that you get to leverage other people's time, other people's resources, other people's knowledge. So I used to do I took a lot of advantage of the community at the beginning. They helped me out a lot. And I started working on, at the time was short sales, because 2007, 2008 market changed a little bit. So a lot of people were upside down. Um, I was, just to give you an idea, on my full time, I was making approximately $2,000 a month, about $24,000 a year. And my first short sale, it took us 2.5 months to close. I was just calling on Tuesdays and Fridays to follow up on the file for an hour each day. And we didn't put any money, we didn't put any credit, and we ended up making $21,000 on just one deal. And that was pretty much the entire year's salary for me. And I was like, whoa, I mean, if I can do only 2, I just need 2. So 2007, we finished that year. 2008 is actually when we closed that short sale. But since then, I mean, we've been involved in over, I think it's 280 closings now. Um, my wife and I, we own 25 rental properties here in South Florida. We have a couple of buildings in Cleveland. We have single family homes in Cleveland. We have properties in northern Georgia. I'm right now actually developing our dream cabin in the mountains in Georgia, in Blairsville. We're actually heading down there in 3 days. So things changed drastically. I mean, from a guy who didn't speak the language, working 72 hours waiting tables, now working from home, enjoying my daughters. I'm a soccer coach. I'm a take my daughters to every single practice that they have. We travel a lot. I mean, things change a lot. I mean, and not only is just our personal financial situation and time freedom that counts, but just seeing other people that are going through the same process because now you have the time and the resources to help them out. That's something that brings me a little bit more satisfaction than anything else. Last Friday, we just closed a fix and flip deal that we did with one or two of my students, Diego and Romulo. We finished up that. I mean, it took a little bit longer than expected because of the whole situation, but we made a little less than $50,000. That was like 49 something. Awesome return for everybody, So I think it was a is very rewarding this business. Just the fact that I don't have to clock in and clock out anymore. I don't have to work on weekends. I mean, now during this quarantine time, most of my rentals, actually 96% of my rentals are Section 8 tenants. And the housing department actually took over all the rent payments. So, for those of you who don't know about Section 8, the tenant has to pay a portion of it and housing pays the other portion. So during the quarantine, that many of the tenants lost their jobs, housing took over 100% of the rent payments, and I still have tenants like that. So I didn't suffer. My monthly income, which by the way is like three times my monthly expenses, were coming in, and I didn't suffer. So I tell people, listen, if you're having a financial situation, a financial hardship, do real estate. If you're really thinking about doing, leaving a legacy for your kids, do real estate. If you're tired of your job, tired of your time commitment with some other people, building some other people's dreams, do real estate. This has been for me the best decision that I ever made, financial decision that I ever made in my life. So that's it. I mean, that's my story.
That's awesome, bro.
Wow.
So, so your advice, if you have somebody like, you and I, we helped a lot of people down there. I was down there for 6 months. You and Antonio were awesome. That's, great leaders. And if you had advice for somebody, like there may be some people on the line here today that are just checking us out, right? What would be your advice? You came from waiting tables, you had two bad deals. And after that, and you still did it. You still like, hey, even the two bad deals without this community, you found this community and started crushing it. So what's your advice?
Well, I mean, first of all, you need to be sure that this is what you want to do because I'm not gonna lie. I mean, you have your up and downs in the business, but the rewards are awesome. I mean, I love everything about this business now. Um, but I mean, you have to obviously be passionate about it. So if you have passion of it and you're motivated, a lot of people don't want to get into real estate. They just want to try it out, like a second source of income and something like that, and that's okay. All right. But I came from a place that I was either that or look for food stamps and welfare because I couldn't afford anything else, right? So it was I was very very motivated. I remember a day when I was waiting tables that my dad had a heart condition, and he called me out and said, "Son, I need some money for the medicine," and I couldn't even afford that. And I was like, "Okay, this thing has to change. I can't live like this. I can't even help my dad." And so if you are hungry, what I tell my students, listen, you need to find out how big the dog is after you, right? I mean, if you have a little Chihuahua after you, or you have a big pit bull after you, that's a huge difference on how fast you're gonna run. So if you have a big dog after you, I'm telling you, you're gonna make it happen because it's either that or there's no other way. So I think motivation is important. You have to be very coachable. You have to be very interested in real estate and very interested in working as a team. I do not do anything by myself. Anything by myself. I don't change a light bulb. I don't do anything by myself. I have teams in place. I prefer to delegate and make a little bit less money, but enjoy my time. So if you're that kind of person that you want to work in teams, this probably is the right business for you. As far as the community goes, I'm telling you, I have checked out many other groups, and I actually have gone through their seminars, to be honest with you. And I heard what they had to say, and I think, okay, these guys are teaching or selling this stuff, which is 10 times more expensive than what we have, and they provide not even half of the support that we provide. How are these people in business? I just kind of blows my mind sometimes that they do that. And we have something beautiful with it in the community. An awesome group of people. They're willing to help any state that you are. Almost every single major city we have teams. Everything is educated. The education is online 24/7. I mean, something better than this, I don't think you're gonna find it anywhere. But that's my point.
Awesome.
Wow.
Michael?
Wow, that's fantastic. So when you first got started, was your wife really scared because you had already screwed up some deals in the past?
She was, and she was actually telling me, "Why don't you go ahead and kind of like, I don't know the right word in English, but when you do the career down in your country, you have to kind of validate it. Is it?
Mm-hmm.
You validate your career here. So why don't you go after civil engineering better? Go ahead and get your diploma and find a job." And I was like, I don't think that's what I want to do. I went against her at the beginning, but like anything else, when money starts coming in, things change. So
When the money's talking, things change.
yeah,
You can't
Wow.
argue with the dollars.
Congratulations, man.
I appreciate that. So,
Hey, man,
yeah,
I
I mean,
appreciate you coming out and helping us out, bro. And listen,
anytime, man.
listen, I will tell you this. You look much healthier today than when we hung out a while ago. So it must be those COVID pounds.
And I'm too chubby now, man. I gotta lose some weight.
I thought it was your dad getting on for a second. I'm like, hey, what's this on his dad? All right, Michael, you want to tell these guys what they can expect from this group,
Yeah.
and what they should do next?
Definitely. And Julian, thanks again for coming
Thank
out
you.
here today. And thank you for helping so many people in your area to be able to experience what you're going through in this transformation. And folks, if you want to have your own real estate investing experience of transformation, link arms with us. There's several videos and info sessions you need to be a part of, so you can see all the details, who we are, what we do, what we expect from you, what you can expect from us. So there's some live ones this week if you want to attend live, or you can catch the recordings based off of your schedule. Get back with the person that sent you the link today, so that you can get on to the next few and really get your questions answered. Schedule a strategy session with us, and we'll answer all your questions. We're an open book. We've been doing this for over a decade now. We know exactly how to help. And so it's just on you to take that action. So get back with the person who invited you here. Take
And
those
last
steps.
thing, you can go to a property tour, you can go to an intro, you can go to a workshop. Now, there's are 3 ideas I just gave you. Go to an introduction to what we do, go to a property tour to see it, or come to a workshop. Find out when the next workshop is.
That's right. We're here for you. Thanks again, everyone, for being here. We had over 105 people here live. And so share this recording with folks who you know it's going to be important to hear. And we will see you on the next episode. Bye, everyone.
All right, guys. Thanks, Julian.